Hey, everybody. Grant Miller here. I got my cowboy hat. I am the chair. What am I doing today?
You're the chair. You're the chair.
I am the host of Forward, right?
Forward Miami Show. Number four WARD
show.
Miami Show.
I'm excited. If you're a cowboy, this is what you wear. So let's talk about this. I've known Damian. I'm trying to figure it out. It's 88. Were you at Bank United?
Yep.
88?
I would say 90.
90. Yeah. So I've known you 1990. That's 31 years, as we would measure it. About 30 pounds.
Yes.
A lot of hair. And you used to sit next to Isabel.
That's correct.
Whose hair was down to her back of her legs.
Right.
She still have long hair?
Yeah.
So that was Bank United?
That was Bank United.
So I'd known Damian a couple mortgages ago. So that's when I met him. And so let's talk about your organization that you're the chair.
Right. The chair of.
Let's
Forward Miami. Forward Miami really works. It produces the Gay Ocho Festival in Little Havana. Gay Ocho Festival in Little Havana.
Not Gay Festival in Cayocho. It's called
Gay Ocho Festival, the Gay 8 Festival. It takes place in Little Havana. 80,000 people go. It's a big festival. And it's all about diversity.
It's not just gay people go. It's open to everybody.
No, actually, we got back our numbers from the GMCBV, and it's mainly straight people. So we are really about bringing the whole community together. We like to say Miami is a salad, and we try to be the salad bowl. So we try to bring in all the different communities, and we meet up in Little Havana. We have a great time, great food, music, art.
First of all, Cayocho is the most exciting spot in Dade County. They think South Beach is exciting enough.
No, I agree with you.
Cayocho.
Listen, I agree with you. It's all about, I think Cayocho is very inclusive, extremely diverse, lots of fun. And, parking is reasonable, food is reasonable, a night out is reasonable. You have a great time.
Excuse me, people. Did he just invite me out?
Yes.
Are we going Dutch? Are we going Dutch?
We're going Dutch. We're going Dutch.
But so the festival starts. What's the avenues?
And we close down from 17th to 13th. So it's that whole section. The streets closed down.
That's where Ball and Chain is?
That's where Ball and Chain is. It's
hopefully Ball and Chain's coming back soon.
Hopefully they're back soon. Absolutely. And live music in Little Havana is super important. And
I just want to know, do you know how to dance?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yes, I do.
Okay, just I just clarify it. Is that okay? So this festival, you guys put that on?
We produce that. We also do a lot of diversity and inclusion programming, like our show here on this station. We also do an interview series with leaders from the 70s, 80s, and 90s in Dade County, and we work with History Miami on that project, and they store those stories for us. And we try to circulate them so that younger people can kind of learn from the mistakes that we already made. We don't see the same community mistakes repeated.
The mistakes you made, it's tough because you're grown up and you feel you should have done this, you should have done that. But it's very tough. Even though you know what happened to you, telling a young kid, it's still tough.
Well, you don't tell them. You just kind of put it out there,
right?
And hopefully they figure it out. When they hear people talking about their stories, like now you see a lot of emphasis on protests, and really protesting is very important, and being visible during protests is very important. But a lot of the heroes and a lot of the people that make the actual things happen are all those folks behind the scene that are sitting down with lawmakers, writing resolutions, having the private conversations. So you need everybody is the bottom line. But sometimes people don't know that, and they think you've got to be yelling in a street to be effective. And they think
that's the least effective.
I think that's the least effective, but
showing numbers
showing numbers within the system,
and then having diversity. Yeah. If it's a gay issue, they have diversity that people are supporting it, or if it's a color of skin issue.
Right. I mean, I would never tell anyone not to do it because I think that's about them, meaning like they're so frustrated. In fact, it's Gay History Month, right? It's Gay Pride Month.
Why is it Gay Pride Month? Why June? Why can't it be July or August or September?
Because, Grant, it's in June because of Stonewall. Stonewall happened on June 28th.
Stonewall Jackson?
No, Stonewall is a bar in New York City. And what happened was the folks on that day got tired of the police raiding them, because what happened back then is all bars that had gay people in it would get raided constantly. And they would parade people in the club.
Out handcuffed.
out handcuffed in front of the cameras to make sure that they lost their job, that they were humiliated, and that they were, basically just
And why
treated
were the bar being busted?
because they felt, as even today, a lot of people still feel that there's a moral issue with being gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual. And so they would parade, people in power.
You get a pill to be gay? Or is it just...
No, it just happens.
Okay. I love these
just
people who go, we could change you.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, it's like trying to change a straight person. I mean, you're straight,
Okay,
whatever
so
you are.
Speak about that. When did you know
Yeah.
that you were gay?
I knew when I was 8, probably a little bit younger. And I always...
But how do you know? I mean, you're not sexual, then you don't...
That's the whole point. I actually believe it's not sexual. It's really not sexual. It's who you have an affinity towards emotionally. And that becomes love. It's more about love than it is about sex. Much more so.
Well, you mean if you have a man crush on, not you, let's say a hero, you go, like, I love John.
That's different, though. That's different with a woman right now. So for a gay person, it's that thing, that hero thing, but it's also that passion thing that comes with it. Except it's not necessarily at all sexual. So
I got you.
At least not at that age. Come on, eh?
It's interesting because you look back and go, oh, of course he was gay, her or him. Mm-hmm. You look back and now they came out. It's not that they came out; they didn't know.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, but that's a percentage, right? Like, look at so many people that you would never know. And
we still don't know. A lot of people don't come out because
when I was growing up.
When
I was growing up, all the rumors were Rock Hudson. I could go through a long list.
Go ahead, I want to hear them.
Oh, geez, you're putting me on the spot now. Well, the
you
list
brought it up.
Okay, John Travolta, Rock Hudson, Tom Cruise. I mean, I could go through.
And the rumors is like elected officials in Miami.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go there.
No, do not go there.
I'm gonna skip that one.
Okay, well, sorry, people. Yeah, but people go, oh, he's gay. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean,
but people said it.
I think in the modern day,
they go like this. He's gay. Who cares?
Yeah,
does it really matter?
Nobody
gay?
Cares.
Not anymore.
Nobody cares. I think the lesson of all that and of Pride and of Stonewall, which is basically a rebellion and a riot against the police on that day, it's really a celebration of people owning who they are and accepting themselves. Because what is difficult for people who are LGBTQ is an internal struggle.
Give me the initials again.
L, lesbian.
Okay.
G, gay. B, bisexual. Q, queer. Some people.
Well, what's queer?
Queer is that's a great question.
That's such a nasty word.
It's a nasty word for a segment of I would say the entire general community, because people were beat up to that word. People were abused to that word.
Correct. You didn't get, you saw that he's getting beat up because he's queer. They didn't use the word bisexual or gay.
No.
They used the word. So why do you still use that letter?
Well,
that mean it's a mean word.
It's a mean word during that time frame. But this is what happened. A lot of people felt that the word should be reclaimed in a positive way to kind of give it a twist and take away the negative charge from that, and don't allow these people who are really mean to define it. You define it with your own. Right now there's a group of young African Americans that are reclaiming the N-word, and that's the same kind of thing.
It's like that Q letter, that word. I can't stand the N-word. It's such a nasty word, and all the rappers everybody uses those words. I can't stand it.
I know, but it's. For a segment of the community, and this is why that word is important for a segment of the community. Queer means it's an empowerment of being not one sex, meaning male or female, non-binary. You're not one or the other. You're welcoming and open to total expression of your sexual identity and of any sexual orientation you may have. So it's very non-limiting, and it has a bit of a political and it has a bit of a political bent, like a fieriness to it.
Okay.
So younger folks love Q, and there are women,
but they know the ones
who
don't, because
and there are some who don't. And
there it is.
There you go.
Okay. So it's thank you. What high school do you go to?
I don't.
Which one did you go to?
Maze.
Okay, Mays High School, not Mays High School.
So anyway,
Maze.
the word is used and it's multifaceted and has a lot of acceptance. I think
Okay, so finish the letters. We got a Q. What else?
Q, and then we just put plus because the letters actually go on to be 16 or 18, and it depends which version you look at.
Transgender, gender.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought we had talked about transgender. No, transgender is very important because for a long time that was completely.
What is a transgender?
So a transgender is someone who is born with a certain identity, and that's not
Outside.
No, inside.
They're born inside.
Inside with a certain identity that they are not biologically matching in any way. There's a dissonance between.
Okay, but you change. You change your body.
Well, there isn't one thing that any one person does. It could be a lot of, meaning like for some people, they don't ever have any kind of surgery. For some people, they do. They fully.
You had a person come in last week, a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't change. They had a fake body. Right. She wore a dress.
I want to say one thing now.
You can say as long as anything you want.
No, but right now, it's very, very important, the questions you're asking. A lot of times people are afraid of the questions you're asking.
Because first of all, there's an old saying, don't ask a question, don't know the answers. Right. So what is a transgender you?
To me, a transgender is someone whose sexual identity does not match their biologically assigned gender.
So some transgender, boy, these guys, you're right on top of it. Boy, there he goes. Okay. Some people change. They just change clothes.
Exactly.
They just.
I'm just going to read it. Well, never mind. You put it up there. Okay. A person's personal identity and gender does not correspond with their birth sex.
Okay, so let's say I'm a female, but I'm a male inside. So I'm just going to act like a man. Shorten my hair, wear a tight shirt if I had breasts, so I feel like a man.
And many people did that.
Right, and they still do that. They just don't want to go through the surgery.
Right, and some people do. Some people feel the need to fully go through and experience what it's like. Because, listen, if you're wrapping yourself, if you're having to modify yourself every single day before leaving someplace or coming into someplace,
emotionally,
very tough.
So there's a business in South Miami. Mm-hmm. The owner has changed the
mm-hmm.
sex,
mm-hmm.
and it's like, okay.
Yeah, who cares?
And there were so many.
But that's what they're asking for. You realize that, right? Like all of these groups, the G, the T, everybody's asking for the same thing, for the reaction you're giving, which is like, just let us live our life,
Yeah,
like,
and at the time, this person had a lot of media coverage. And the regular customers would go, okay, is the food good? Right? But it is to the human, to the person that's not in that world, it's curious. Do you really want to go through that surgery? It's very expensive. Whether you go from a man to a woman to the man, it's very difficult. Not everybody does it.
Well, yeah, it's very difficult. Plus, you have to take hormones. Plus, there's a lot of physiological changes and stress. Most people go through therapy before entering that course.
Then the doctors require you to do therapy before you do all that surgery too?
I believe there is a requirement that before the surgery you go through extensive therapy.
Okay. Then the Q, then we have LQB.
We did it.
We did it.
The B, the bisexual, which is probably the largest group and often the most overlooked, the least discussed.
Well, because
they're the largest.
Well, as the other people, they're switch hitters.
They're switch hitters.
If you're a baseball fan, the Marlins, you're a switch hitter. And there's nothing wrong with it. They don't know. They like both.
No. And why this, somebody a long time asked me, why pride? Why do you need pride? And
somebody said that to you?
Yeah.
What a stupid comment.
I thought it was a great question.
Of course you want pride. Every minority.
No, why do you need pride? Like, why is that important?
No, but I'm saying every minority has pride because it's tough.
Yeah, but I think we're the only ones that celebrate it as like such a standstill.
Right. Give me the letters again. LGBTQ. You guys don't wear. You don't celebrate it a month. You guys when I say guys, I mean guys and girls. Celebrate it.
Yeah.
You put it on your chest.
We do.
You put it on your shoulder and say, "Hey, I'm gay. I use the word gay in general, and we're proud of it.
Yeah, we're proud of it because number one, it's a huge internal struggle, right? It's a
Still,
struggle within us.
The new
Well, yes, because
you
you never
old people, yes.
listen. No, not just us old people.
You're very touchy. You know that?
You never stop.
Did you see that?
You
Howard,
never,
our producer.
You never stop coming out. You never stop coming out. Every time you walk in a room and it's new people and you talk about a situation, well, how's your wife? Well, I don't have a wife. I have a husband, or I have a boyfriend.
It's funny you say that because there was a person. I says, "How's your partner?" No, he's not my partner. He's my husband. I go, wow. He yelled at me. Somebody I know. And
clearly he got tired of having to explain it, right? He was probably frustrated.
Right. You know.
Yeah.
He barked at me, and it's because you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know they got married, not
Yeah.
married. It's a very interesting thing.
You bring up a good point, and that is that.
I'm careful when I meet people. You can't say your husband or
you're
wife.
careful.
You got your partner.
Yeah.
And then they go, "No, we're married." But now, when you meet people, they would ask questions. Do you have children? I don't ask that question anymore.
Right.
You know, I ask.
I mean, I think we have to be very forgiving with situations like that. I mean, you don't want somebody to bark at you just because you said.
And I know this person
'cause you're
30
learning.
years.
Yeah, because you're learning, and everybody's learning about ourselves. So it's a good thing.
I'm still trying to discover
But
myself.
pride goes back to. I'm touching you again.
I see.
Pride goes back.
Is this
to,
a high school thing?
It's a Cuban thing.
It's a Cuban thing. Oh, I thought it was a gay thing.
No, bro.
Hey,
It's a Cuban
are you
thing.
gonna start working out?
Yeah, they're not ready to work out. Anyway,
Wait. So do you work out at a gay gym?
no, I don't.
Is there
do
such thing?
Do you? I probably. I'm sure there is somewhere.
Where do you work out?
LA Fitness.
Okay, I'm just busting your butt because everybody thinks there's a gay
I
restaurant.
wouldn't say that.
What? What?
Anyway,
What?
never mind.
But it's so funny how people. That's a gay restaurant. Years ago,
Mhm.
when we're both almost same, there was a gay bar.
I know.
Now it's not. There might be on beach, but before it was like a hidden. It was like taboo.
Yeah,
I remember there was one on.
but wait, I want to go back to the pride.
You
thing.
like this?
I want to go back to the
You
pride.
thought
thing.
this was going to be easy.
You know when you have one of your workouts, which is a horrible, hard workout, really difficult.
I never work out that hard.
Okay, do you do anything that is hard?
Yeah, go ahead.
So let's say you do a marathon and you get to the final end of that marathon and you look back and you go, wow, I'm proud, man. I did that. That's how people feel about that coming out process.
Well,
When they actually make it, like that they actually tell the people around them, the people they love, their family, it's such a huge thing in their mind that when they finally get beyond that, they're proud. Like, wow, I'm proud. I
Well,
finally did that.
the gay population has been fighting it for years. The Jewish population in the 40s and 50s, did they say they were Jewish?
Mm.
Did they say they were Jewish? No.
No.
So the gays
Yeah.
in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, they were very careful not to say they were gay. Correct? So I just use Jewish, but there's other nationalities.
Oh, without a
struggle.
doubt.
Now,
Without a doubt.
Your parents are Cuban?
Yeah.
Okay,
Same
when
thing.
did
When
your
they got
parents
here,
help?
they couldn't speak Spanish. It was very.
How old are you again?
I'm 57.
I thought you were much older.
Well, thank you.
Just go. Okay, so when did your parents come over from Cuba?
59.
So they came over right before Castro took over.
Mhm.
And there were bathrooms that said what? No N's and no S's.
Right.
I'm not going to say the word. So
And
you don't-
signs that said no dogs, no S's, no N's.
right.
no-
So it was disgusting.
Yeah.
And when you go through this, you had that struggle. Your parents had that struggle about
Mhm.
their nationality, and you can't hide it because they weren't speaking English then.
Right.
But so they hung out with their own people, right?
Exactly.
So it's so the gay population has an issue, but every nationality before had issues.
Which, by the way, why that pride flag and that meaning of pride,
Yeah. What about this flag? You keep changing colors. What's the
No, we
story about
don't.
it? Why can't you just have two colors?
There's a universal pride flag, and basically that flag means self-acceptance, self-love, and authenticity. Be yourself. That's really what it means.
Okay, but why do you
And
have
that could
more
be
colors?
anybody. It could be you. It could be me.
Why have they more? No, I hear they want to change it.
No.
Whoever they are.
No, what happens is there are also identity flags, right? Which like trans community has a flag, the bi community has a flag, the lesbian community has a flag. So there are identity flags that speak to each
Okay.
specific.
Okay, so tell me what the
And then the progress flag, which is the newer flag, combines a few of the identities, black, brown.
okay, let's
and
talk about the
trans.
first flag. What was the first flag stand for?
The first flag stands for self-acceptance, self-love, and in the coming out process.
Okay,
be,
so-
be true.
Okay, so
Be true to yourself.
forget the gay LPQTS. Okay, that flag stands for everybody.
It does.
So when your parents came in here,
It represents
what? Go ahead. What's the three things they would stand for? Exactly what they fought
exactly
for.
what they fought for. That's the universality. That's why it's called the universal
Okay,
flag.
when
you know?
people came from, when I use Cuba, but when people leave other foreign countries,
Yeah,
that are,
it could be Venezuela, Nicaragua, Salvador, Colombia.
oh,
I
there
mean,
it is,
you
a
know,
flag right there.
There you go. See that one, right? That's the progress one.
What? Can you post it on our screen?
Yeah.
Because you can put it over my.
I'll just share this with you.
And a lot of people call that flag the flag of right now, because right now there is a lot of focus on social justice and on inclusion.
Is the flag up now?
Yep, that's the progress flag. And you see black, brown, and the trans colors intersect
Right.
the pride flag. So it's an identity flag. You're talking about, like, probably 10 years from now, there'll be other groups and other colors also included or changed. And this has been, I mean, I think there's way over 100 flags.
Okay,
In
you
the
take that.
in the LGBTQ community, but the universal,
Okay, I
the
just wanna- I
mother,
just wanna
the
know something.
mother of all flags.
I
is
just
that
want to make
rainbow
sure
flag.
if I touch you, I don't become gay.
No, you don't.
But
become
years
gay.
ago, people,
People thought all kinds of things.
it was crazy.
all kinds of
So
things.
this flag.
If you played with dolls, you were going to be gay. I mean, you had this crazy machoism.
All right, so this flag that's important,
Mhm.
gays think it's for them, but that flag is for not for
It's for everybody.
right
It
because
started the gay rights movement. That flag was born in San Francisco in 1978. Gilbert Baker created it. Like 30 activists hand dyed all those colors and all those
on
stripes.
shirts or on flags.
No, flags. It was a one huge flag that they raised in San Francisco in 1978. And that's when that flag was born. But it was born from a community. It was really, everybody saw themselves in that flag. The rainbow has every color in it. It has,
All right,
you know, every kind of, but it's not about the color in that flag. It's about people accepting themselves. That's why it doesn't matter if you're black or you're trans or you're straight. If you're accepting yourself, that flag should mean something to you. You're included.
okay. So you're 57.
Mhm.
When did you realize being gay cost you money?
Oh my God! Immediately, I started my career in banking. I would see when I volunteered at I can say them because they're not here anymore. Southeast Bank, the person who ran the entire trust and private
Okay.
banking investment division. I appeared in an article as a volunteer for an AIDS organization. And that individual called me to their office and said, listen, I want you to know you've ruined your corporate career. I was like 25, 26 or something.
Now we know gays save money better than anybody.
Yeah. No, my point being, like, I am sure that there was this enormous glass ceiling over my head my whole career. I mean, I was never going to be a bank president. I was never going to be the person in charge. I was actually told by a supervisor that even though I was a higher rank than these people under me, one of them would report directly to him because they were uncomfortable reporting to me. And when I said, well, what do you mean they're uncomfortable reporting to me? Like, what's the issue? He said, well, he's just uncomfortable. And I'm like, but like with what? With like my sexuality? Like, well, let's not say that. Clearly, that's what it was.
All right, so
You know, he
Effect-
didn't want to report to a gay guy.
are there any gays in that you know of that are become very powerful in the business world that are
Of course,
public?
yeah,
you know,
of course. I'm sure. Yeah.
and the struggles they went through,
I'm sure they went through the same, if not worse.
and now there's the gay,
Right.
the black male, the man with a different color skin.
Mm-hmm.
Did he go through different struggles, but somewhat the same?
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't make you
Absolutely.
boss because
Absolutely.
I don't want to answer to
to a black man.
And I don't.
Exactly.
I
You
use,
could just, that's the interesting thing about all of this. It's the common denominator we all have
And
in
I-
all those struggles.
and I hate to use the word black because black African American. Well, not all blacks came from Africa.
Nor do they appreciate that term.
I hate.
Right?
I just a darker skin.
Yeah.
So
in other countries, they're mulatto, and then there's
oh,
black.
and if you're mulatto,
Yes.
you're really screwed because they don't know what team you're on.
Right.
So the struggle that the gays are going through, started way before this issue is different nationalities.
Yeah.
The struggle. So the gay issue is the same issue that other groups have.
Yeah. I mean, all these different. If you talk to a black person, they're gonna say, "Hey, I wear mine on my skin."
I got you.
So you guys don't have to do that. I have no choice.
Say it again.
A black person might feel that because they wear it on their skin, it's worse for them. But I've told my black friends in our conversations, yeah, I get that, and you're right. You're gonna be judged way before me. I can be a chameleon. It is. That's a plus. But what you don't know is that I hear the way people really think. You don't hear that. Like I can be in a room and I hear a homophobe go off. I hate gays because blah, blah, and I'm gay, but they don't know I'm gay. So I get to hear the way people really, really.
It was interesting
think.
you said that. My great-great-grandparents came from Russia, Ukraine. When I say Jewish.
No wonder.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. And my other side came from Germany, both Jewish, and the most Jewish names you'll ever imagine. So I'd be in rooms and people were just criticizing the Jews. Yeah, I don't take it personally, something, because, Jesus was a Jew. So whoever they're criticizing, they believe in Jesus, he's a Jew. And as we talk about gay issues, the Romans,
Yeah.
they were going it both ways, correct?
Yeah. But by the way,
That was before everybody.
by the way, since you mentioned Jews in the gay rights movement,
3 minutes?
in the gay rights movement,
I'm enjoying this discussion.
the people who
We're
actually,
going to make it 5.
the people who actually started our movement, gave birth to our movement, opened the doors for our movement, were Jews, liberal Jews, white people who today they use the word privilege a lot, but they were the people who had the ability to open those doors.
But they understood it.
And because they understood it. Exactly. And that's why we all have a duty to each other to understand it and support each other, because that is the common denominator.
There's an old saying, when Hitler was marching through Germany, he went after the Union people. So what? They're not us.
And then they went after
he went after the blacks, and then they went after the Catholics. And when it was time to go, he was coming after the Jews. There was nobody to stand up for me. So these people stood up for the gay issue.
They did, before anyone. Because let me tell you, it was a largely white movement. Because why? Because you had the black community, the Latino Hispanic community. When you come out, you lose your family and you lose your faith. They're going to reject you. That is an extremely difficult thing to bear. Did not happen to me, luckily. I mean, my faith was not that important to me. My family was, and my family absolutely accepted me.
And how many of your friends? Now you're an old man now, but how many of your friends lost their families?
I would say more than half.
And of those, more than
less in the, I would say less in the Hispanic side. Interestingly,
I was just going to say, were they more Hispanic?
No, there were very few Hispanic friends lost their family.
Because their mother is not letting that happen.
Exactly. So I think it's important to know, that the movement really were whoever showed up. It wasn't today. There's a lot of revisionism, meaning like you'll read things and you read that it was black trans women and women of color that did Stonewall and rose up. No, not at all. It was whoever was at the bar, and it was very diverse. And people, the term trans didn't exist, and much less even minorities on top of that. Of course, all kinds of people were there, low income, but there were also wealthy people there who went to gay clubs because they were gay.
There's a lot of gay people.
The important thing I want to say about that is that everyone rose up.
But
it doesn't matter who. It wasn't one specific category. It was the fact that as a community, people cared for each other enough to rise up for themselves and fend for themselves.
When I use the word gay, I don't mean it could be any of those things, correct?
Yeah.
That's a general word. So
And some people use queer in that way. Some people use LGBTQ.
It's too hard to say those letters. There's so many letters after that. So it's interesting because there is somebody I know whose son came out, 10th grader. I saw him yesterday. I haven't seen him in 2 years. I'm somewhat friendly with his mom. You know, I say hi to her, but I met him once. I saw him somewhere. He came up to me and was like, da, 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 da. His mother almost picked over him coming out because her boyfriend is really can't stand gays.
Wow.
So the son knows it and he feels uncomfortable. The mom loves the son
Naturally.
and then you got the boyfriend. So think about that. That's tough. And
that's just one aspect of it.
right.
That's why there's pride, you know, like, hey, you've made it through all this stuff. And it could be pride for being Jewish, pride for being Cuban, pride for being black.
Oh, there's
pride,
plenty.
yeah.
Say that again, Howard.
For being different.
Yeah, for being different. Exactly. Just the fact
Think
that
about it. You know how hard it is for us to be short, fat, and bald? We are
oh,
different.
come on, man. Now on top of everything else,
On top of all that. So
let's come up with a flag.
yeah. But it's interesting. And we all have our own issues.
Right.
But when you're gay, the word gay, it's a tough issue because it hasn't been really accepted.
Right.
It's getting accepted because the way you get accepted is I saw it on Fox this morning at 5:00 in the morning while I was walking about the financial world of the gay population is taking control of themselves and making more money. And when you make money, people listen. Correct?
That is true. Money helps because you can spend it on nonprofits or on things you believe.
I mean, there's hotels on Miami Beach only want gays. I saw that a couple of weeks ago.
I haven't seen that yet. They only want gays?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't get an invitation.
No, I didn't. I'm not on the A list. You know?
But so
By the way, another thing I wanted to throw in there, of that community, the transgender community has had the most difficult time because they have a harder time getting jobs. They have a harder time, with medical care, with health care. In a lot of places, they're getting killed still. So they're
in Texas, they did it a couple of years ago. They dragged somebody. So it's a great conversation. I'm glad that your teammate didn't show up because people want to know more about this, and it's very uncomfortable. So I'm going to change the subject for a second. Have you ever been to a restaurant that everybody was different color skin than you? Everybody. Were you the only non-black in a room in a restaurant?
I don't know if I was the only one, but I was close to the only one.
How'd you feel?
In my personal case, I felt good. I didn't feel
Because you feel good inside.
yeah.
But most people don't. If you change it around and all non-black and a black couple there, how do they feel?
Yeah.
Or how do you go into into a bar, a restaurant? Everybody's gay but you. Let's switch it the other
For
way
sure.
around.
No.
Let's switch it the other way
I know
around.
what you're
Everybody's
saying.
straight
Yeah.
and you're the only gay person. Do you think when you're the only gay person in a restaurant, do you think people are looking at you?
No.
Oh.
I don't, but I get what you're saying. And I think any normal person would, feel a little
Right.
put off.
But that's why the people with a different color skin that I am are stronger than most people. As the gay population, they understand, and it's just a difficult. I like looking at that and go, wow,
Yeah, I agree.
I
agree.
There's a place in Overtown. I think it was Jimmy's, all black, or I eat Flavors in Prime. You go there and you go, wow, this is how it feels. So, ready for this?
Yep.
Okay, so enough gay issues. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, is Save still around?
Yes, Save is still around.
So you have how many gay organizations are there in Dade County?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I'm going to guess around 100.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do they all come
Oh,
together?
Dade, you said Dade County?
Yeah.
No, I would say maybe 30, 40.
That's still good.
Yeah.
Because every organization has a different niche.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's a gay chamber of commerce.
There's a gay chamber of commerce, very successful.
Who runs that?
Steve Atkins,
Okay.
the Miami-Dade Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce,
Do they have
extremely
meetings?
successful.
Do
I think they have like 700 corporate members.
Do they allow other people in?
Of course.
I
Absolutely.
just want to make sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
By the way, that's super. I left out the A.
A.
LGBTQA
What's A?
is often included. Allies, which is the most important
so the
thing.
next Chamber of Commerce meeting, you're going to call me.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Now we're going to
Oh,
test
no.
you. All right, one camera. Oh, ready? Your favorite cowboy? Go.
Oh no, I don't have a John Wayne.
Favorite cowboy movie?
Some John Wayne movie. I don't know. I don't watch cowboy movies.
Wait, you're gay. You don't have a favorite cowboy movie?
I don't.
Holy cow!
See, I told you I was dreading this.
Favorite hot dog?
Arbetters.
Dave Arbetter. He loves you. Okay. Thanksgiving. Words? What do you love about Thanksgiving? Words, not sentences.
Family.
What else?
Time spent together.
Okay. Got any brothers or sisters?
Yep.
Parents alive?
Nope.
Your sister's birthday.
I don't have a sister.
Brothers.
February 12th.
Is that one brother?
Yep. I have two.
What's
And
the other
March 6th.
Okay. Favorite animal?
Bear.
Why a bear?
Because I look like one.
Is
It's
there
a gay thing.
I was just going to
Since we're
say.
on LGBTQ.
And B, is there a bear? Is that one of the dating apps? A bear?
Oh, there are a lot of apps
Okay.
with bear in it.
Favorite place you eat fish?
Garcia's.
Okay, locally owned. That's important. Your favorite place to eat chicken?
Chicken. Pollo Tropical. There you go.
Favorite pizza place?
Steve's.
In Prime?
No, in North Dade.
Oh, wow. Your favorite football team?
Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't kill me.
No, I love the Steelers. Favorite taco place?
Taco Bell. I don't know.
Where do you live? What part of town do you live in?
North Dade. I live in Morningside.
Oh, excuse us.
It doesn't matter.
Your hero.
Captain America.
Know your hero as a kid?
Aquaman.
Favorite burger place?
8 Burger in Little Havana.
Which one is that?
It's brand new. They're great
When
burgers.
did they open?
I don't know, like a few months ago.
There's
Before the pandemic.
There's
8
one-
Burger.
Juno's on Coraway. It's a Venezuelan burger place. Oh, unbelievable.
Really?
Okay. One more question. 2 more questions. Christmas gift as a kid. What was your favorite one?
The little helicopter that went around that you
Okay.
could control.
Your favorite sushi place?
I don't know how to pronounce it. It's in the Gables. Ikichi,
Okay.
whatever.
The magic of the mix. Why are you successful in business?
I listen.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay. That's good enough.
That's it.
All right, that's it. I just want to make sure. Okay, so the issues that we talked about, you never talked about in your show.
No.
Because you're talking gay issues that people don't understand. When you were in high school, that was difficult being gay. Were you out of the closet then?
No,
I hate that word, out of the closet.
I do too. I was to my parents.
What do you mean?
My parents knew. Like when I was 13, I told my parents, but I was not in class or I was not in school.
What do you mean?
My peers did not know I was gay.
Right, and you did not do any relationships in high school?
No. I did start going to clubs while I was still in high school.
Gay clubs?
Yeah, gay clubs. When I was
Nightclubs?
like 16.
Nightclubs?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was the only place you could meet people.
wait. You were underage. Oh, gays let you in early?
Oh yeah, because
Oh, if you're
I
gay,
had a hairy
you-
chest, so I would just open my. I didn't need an ID. I would just open my shirt, and they wouldn't ask me for anything.
Was it awkward in high school?
Of course, horribly awkward.
Now,
Yeah, you're looking at guys and you like them, and you think you're alone. You think you're the only person who
and
has
that's-
that.
okay, now, you've been out of high school 40 years.
Yep.
Looking back, were there now guys you went to high school with, were there gay guys in your
Oh
school?
yeah, completely. I often wonder if we had been allowed to just be who we were, if we wouldn't have ended up together. Like, because that wasn't on the table. Like we couldn't.
You couldn't, but did you know in high school you looked at somebody and go, he's in my private club, but you're not going to talk about it?
Not completely. Sometimes you did.
And then 40 years later, you go, oh, he was.
Right. Sometimes you did. Sometimes you kind of had a crush on the person, and then later they ended up being also.
On your team.
Yeah, and then you were like, wow, if I knew that back then, maybe we would have had a nice relationship. Maybe we could have, that's the thing. That's why we just need to make sure people have the space to be who they are.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up because it's time to go Friday afternoon at 4:30 and o'clock, right? Am I correct?
We're good.
Okay, I want you to look at that camera and close this out, Damian.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining the Forward Miami show, and we look forward to seeing you again next week, Friday at 4.